Statesman, sixth man in the order. Batting from the right side against Simmons. Fastball way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We mentioned Quincy Lattimore, who led off with a walk, has speed, doesn't steals, but is still there at first. Hasn't tried anything yet. Michael Russell in the regular season. 287, 4 homers, 26 RBIs, and 22 steals and 21 steals and 22 attempts. So he's got plenty of speed himself at the plate. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now with 1 down, 1 on. Top of the second, and the Ducks with an early 2-0 lead.
And Wally also said of Seth Simmons, strike one is his most important pitch. He gets it on almost every batter, and he said his secondary pitches are major league quality. He really felt those pitches in particular have been that good this year for him.
1-1 pitch is on the way, and that is in there for a strike. I think Russell thought that one was low, but who are you going to argue with?
You know, it's a funny story. I saw an interview, David, with one of the Atlantic League umpires who said sometimes players still argue with him, and he just points to his earpiece. He says, hey, I'm not making the call.
I'm just relaying.
I'm getting it in my earpiece. That's right.
I'm just relaying the bad news. What do you want from me? Don't blame the messenger. 1-2 pitch is high to throw down at first base. Not in time, but a good snap throw from Hector Sanchez down to David Washington. And diving back was Lattimore, who just got back. Sanchez showing off that gun for an arm. And striking out, by the way, was Michael Russell. Boy, I thought that pitch was high, but it was called a strike. He goes down looking. 3 strikeouts now for Seth Simmons. Now 2 out and 1 on. And Tyler Landendorf coming to the plate.
And Frank Viola just got thrown out here, David, the pitching coach.
How about that?
And now he's applauding home plate umpire Derek Moccia. So here comes Frank Viola out to argue with Moccia. I think Viola was arguing the strike 3 call, and Moccia was saying, hey, it's not me. And you just saw Viola point to the computer system upstairs that calls the balls and strikes. So this is a crazy way to start here. Jamie Keefe out there as well. And now third base umpire Frank Urilli. But he's been thrown out. The pitching coach and former Met Frank Viola has been tossed from this game in the second inning.
I mean, for those of us who have been Frank Viola fans, the East Meadow native, born in Hempstead, grew up in East Meadow, the longtime Minnesota Twin and New York Met, we know that he's emotional.
Yep.
He gets into it. As pitching coach, he has been thrown out, upset with the call. I thought the pitch was high as well. It looked very high, but it was called a strike, again by the system, and relayed by Derek Moccia behind the plate. Frank Viola tossed. As we resume here at Bethpage Ballpark, Tyler Landendorf, the DH, is at the plate. Quincy Lattimore still taking his lead at first. Well, how about that?
Incredible. And Frank has spent the last 8 years, David, in the Mets organization, many of those as the pitching coach for Wally Backman.